I've discussed several Orixas on the channel, but today I'll list the 10 most powerful from Yoruba mythology. If you're new here, please subscribe and like, as it really motivates me to make more videos. Thanks. If you can help me even more, use the thanks button down below, the one shaped like a little heart, and you can donate any amount to me with it. You can also join as a channel member for early video access and Discord entry. First, let me clarify something before the video, though I doubt this warning will help. This video covers Yoruba mythology, not Mbanda or Candomblé. While both are inspired by the mythology, they are very different. This video is entirely my opinion, and you don't have to agree with me. If you want books on mythology, including Yoruba, I'll leave the Amazon link in the description. You'll find several books there. Buying through this link supports the channel. Thanks in advance. Some time ago, I made a video about Oshagian here on the channel, so here, I'm going to talk about it in a more summarized way, okay? For his full story, check the video in the card or description. Actually, most of the Orixas that are going to appear here on this list already have a video on the channel, so they'll always be showing up in the card. Oshagian was born only from Obatala and immediately had issues such as lacking a head. Ori tried to help by giving him a yam head, but it was too hot. Iku, who was death, also gave him another head, but it was too cold. This was only resolved when Ogum found him and managed to put the heads together. Then everything became normal. Ogum used the situation to teach him war, but Oshagian enjoyed it so much that it became a problem. In fact, that's why he's on this list. There was a time when he was fighting so much, that Ludomaria decided to call him in for a talk, but even then, he didn't stop. The Supreme God placed him on a remote island with no history of war, but he still caused the tribes to fight. Ludamar accepted that, like it or not, Oshagian's wars drove societal evolution. Oya, or Yansan, is the Orixá of weather phenomena. In other words, she represents lightning, tornadoes. She also represents fire, transformations, and enchantment. She is one of Xangô's wives, but also shares a connection with Ogum. As you saw, she's very powerful because of everything she represents. Additionally, she earned the title Queen of the Dead. At a gathering of deities where Amalu was ignored, Yansan noticed and offered to dance with him. She earned that title as a reward. In another story, Xangô sends her to fetch a potion granting Guspor Fogo's powers. Her curiosity leads her to drink it, giving her powers like Xangô's. She also freed Xangô from prison in another story. By summoning lightning, she transforms into many things: coral, elephant, river, or wind. She split into 9 parts and made lightning with a piece of black cloth. I've already talked about Iku here on the channel in another video about death entities. If you want to watch it, that video will be in the card and also in the description. Of course, I'll mention him here too. Sure, to summarize, Iku may be the Orixá of Death, but he still seems very human to me. He doesn't even have that many powers, I mean extraordinary powers, like shooting lightning, fire, those kinds of things. Still, he managed to scare Xangô when he appeared during his bet against Ogum. At first, Iku only took those Ludamari requested, but they later did something that made him very angry. They killed Iku's mother and he screamed in anger. He took a horse and left, killing as many humans as he could, but some of his enemies found a way to stop him. Ikuno could eat certain foods such as rats and fish. They made him eat them, and he stopped killing. But he never stopped hating humans. Ogum is the Orixá of hunting, forging, and war in Yoruba mythology. As you saw, he taught Oshagi to fight, and also taught Oshosi to hunt. And of course, he also has a video just about him here on the channel. He is very powerful. One day, he chose to leave the Divine Forge and return to the forest as a hunter. All the Orixas, right? Except for Xangô. If he was there, there would have been trouble. Still, all the Orixas tried to bring him back, but none succeeded. He scared everyone away? That was only resolved when Oxum seduced him. Ogum, Xangô's eternal rival, has fought him many times with wins and losses on both sides. Some of those fights involve women since they compete for the same ones, like Oshun and Oya. There's a version of the legend where Oya spits fire. It says Xangô visited Ogum's house, saw Oya, and wanted her. Xangô gave Oya a powder, and after she ate it, she spit fire. Ogum saw this and gave her to Xangô. Xangô leads the Orixas pantheon, though the Ulu of Mare remains supreme. Xangô is the Orixá of fire and thunder. Once he was in the middle of a war and he was losing. Unsure what else to do, he went up to the quarry to ask Orumi for help. But since he was very angry, he started hitting the stone with his axe. And then some sparks started to fly. Those sparks became flames that consumed all his enemies. And the enemy generals were killed by lightning that was conjured by Xangô. He also defeated a monster haunting a village that no one dared approach because it devoured everyone. Xangô not only defeated the monster, but also left celebrating and spitting fire. Even as a child, he once fell into the oven. Then, when his sister or brother, depending on the version, went to check if he was okay, actually he was dancing with the embers. Orumila is the Orisha of prophecy, and as you saw, he was so important that even Xangô would turn to him when he needed to. Orumila once lived on Earth, but became so upset that he left for the sky. But then chaos started to run wild on Earth, and his children had to ask for help. And because of that, Orumila left an oracle on Earth so that whenever they needed him, they could go to it. In this case, this oracle is Ifa. In some stories, Orumila is even the father of some Orixas, like, for example, Ogum. He has powers of divination, meaning he can predict the future. He received the title of Lord of the World from Ludimir himself, different from what became known in Brazil. For the Yoruba, Yamanja is not an Orixá of the seas, but rather of the rivers. Olokun, or Olokun herself in some versions, rules the seas. Olokun even appears as the wife of Olorum. And a certain tale says that once the two ended up fighting and were competing to see who would keep the creation. Olokun grew so angry that she decided to destroy the world by flooding the earth with all her water. The waters destroyed everything. Only Olorum's interference prevented worse. Oxalá, also known as Batala and other names, is a major Orisha in Yoruba mythology and the creator of the world. He received the land from the Mare, placed it on the waters, put a chicken on it, and made it spread. He made men by hand and gave them to his father to give them life. Batala created Iku after noticing men believed they were deities. Exu is the Orixa's messenger, but he's still very powerful. He has already been given the title of the oldest of the Orixas by Olorum himself. He guarded Oxalá's house and always received the first offerings. Otherwise, he might devour the whole world. During his time in Oxalá's house, he watched him shape men and learned to do it himself. Exu was also a trickster, a cunning being who could turn any situation to his advantage. Well, there was no way it could be anyone else in first place here, right? Olorum, also known as Olodumare, is the supreme being of the Orixas, existing before the world and the Orixas. He is omniscient, knowing everything around him and even people's thoughts. He is ultimately responsible for everything that exists. Well, guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video by leaving a like or dislike, subscribe to the channel, and leave a topic in the comments for a future video, okay? Thanks. Subtitles by Adriana Zanato.